everyone, it is nostalgia time once again, and welcome to part 4 of the Dell mini series. This time we actually have 9 different Dell machines. The first one's the Dell Dimension 1100, and we have a problem already. Fatal conditions exist, no changes. Well, there goes that one. Wow, this episode is off to a great start, and the XPSM 1530 also has the same problem. We're on now to the Dell Latitude 110L, which actually came interestingly with the Home Edition of Windows XP, although modern day Latitudes now come in the Pro Edition exclusively of Windows 10 and Windows 11. And considering this is just going to be a standard retail copy of XP, we'll just skip right to the out-of-box experience or the desktop, which has nothing special, no Dell branding or anything of that nature. Even looking at the computer properties, nothing special. Comes with Service Pack 2. However, there actually is, and this is one of the next things too, Dell also released a netbook which was themed around Nickelodeon, and they also included a special theme in a program called My Colors. So we will install this theme, and we'll show you what it looks like. So the theme should be installed, and we'll launch the program. And it says we'll click Apply Theme. However, the theme didn't apply all the way. Or I guess it will soon. It says please wait. And there we go. Now we have the complete theme. You can see we have a different background. We have the changed recycle bin. The File Explorer windows have also changed design. The start menu is now covered in slime. And I see other icons have also changed as well. But we can click XP and we can return to the default look. And I'm sure nothing has changed with the lock screen, but let's see. Nope, nothing has changed with that. So that's what this is. It's pretty neat, to say the least. And even the turn off computer menu has changed too. So this really modifies the theme in every sort of way. So let's go on to the E6530, which comes shipped with Windows 7. So I'm not even going to bother making us sit through the whole install. So we're going to go right to the desktop of that. So here it is. Nothing really too exciting to see, except this is Service Pack 1 of 7 Professional, so nothing exciting to see here. And this, I believe, is a newer image, which includes a newer version of Internet Explorer. And I believe this is the version that did release with Service Pack 1. And when we launch it, we have Dell's Modern Supported Browsers page, which mentions that you need to upgrade your browser. So it supports these browsers here. And it says support for older browsers ended on May 11th of 2023. So they implemented new features to protect data safety and privacy, meaning TLS 1.2 is required in order to access the page. So yeah, meaning that basically Dell.com can no longer launch on Internet Explorer, any version in that case. So, with nothing to see here, and considering that Dell doesn't include driver disks anymore for each of their machines by this point, we're going to move on now to the Precision M4700. Yeah, pretty much the same as the other install that we just looked at. Just some Dell branding, so onto the 6430. It's pretty much going to be just like this, but let's look anyway. Yep, the same old configuration from before. Standard retail install of Windows 7 with Dell branding slapped onto it. So we're going to move on to the next system, which actually is a XP Media Center Edition installation. So let's get to that. So I've already noticed a difference in the installation sequence of this disk. It didn't ask for welcome, press enter to begin install, press R to repair an existing installation, and it didn't ask for the license agreement on that first screen. It just went straight to the recovery partition. And it's only up until this point that it finally asks for the license agreement. So it looks like they must have done some modifications here, but we'll find out when the rest of the installation is complete. And even though it's mentioning professional, this is the Media Center edition. So this is actually an Alienware OEM of XP Media Center edition. It just looks standard, except the only difference is the Alienware branding at the top. Now, this was actually before Dell bought Alienware, and that name is still being used today, mainly in the gaming sector. So, we'll just skip all this stuff, and now when we go to the desktop, we will see if there's any custom Alienware branding. And of course, nothing different on the welcome screen. And once we arrive at the desktop, we have a command line that says, now starting Alienware's Windows Media Center Edition automated updates loader. This process may take 5 minutes. So what this is doing is it's installing patches. And I can see we already have some programs preloaded on here. So there's Adobe Reader 7 plus the digital media enhancements, which we've taken a look at already. Of course, Media Center is on here as well, considering this is the Media Center edition. And we also have a special theme from Alienware with the Alienware logo and the silver look, but doesn't come with any sounds though. I see an aquarium background. So it comes with the backgrounds, but do we have any of the custom sounds? No, we don't. It's the default ones. Although nothing else, on the other hand, is too different. So, so I'm assuming it's just going to install all the patches and then install or restart automatically. So we can play around here while it's doing that. I saw a Napster thing, so it seems like there is Napster on here. So movie link, Cinema Now. I'm guessing this is... Yeah, the page cannot be displayed. It's because services are offline and I told it not to access the internet. So Movie Link looks like it's its own app. And that's the start menu. And these are some of the programs we were just looking at. And considering that this is Media Center Edition 2005, it's already safe to assume that this is going to be Media Center Service Pack 2. The link, of course, isn't going to work. So let's go ahead and exit Media Center. So we have the Alien theme, but we do have the plus themes. So maybe it does apply the plus sound scheme when we change the themes. It looks like, yes, we do have the sounds. It's just that I never applied the theme. So, nothing much is different. Apply the space theme now. It's still the Da Vinci thing. Alright, so let's set it back to Alien. And then we'll just hit OK on space because we'll leave it like that. It's installing the .NET framework, and I'm not sure what version of framework this is going to be, if it's going to be framework 2 or framework 1. I'm guessing 2 most likely. So now we have the custom space sounds. So we have the space sounds now. And of course we can turn it up all the way if we wanted to. And of course we have the 2 sample songs and sample photos. Please verify that all updates or patches listed above have installed correctly. With no errors reported after this update process is complete, your system has been restarted. What happens if we press any key? Alienware is now updating your media center machine to version 2006. So, what version 2006 is it talking about? Or is it installing the 2006 updates or something? So that's interesting. It seems like it comes preloaded with 2005, and then it says it's going to try and update it to the 2006 edition. You can see there is the custom Alienware branding. At the time it was called Alienware Corporation. That was before the company was bought out by Dell, and Dell uses now the Alienware name in their gaming line of computers. And they're pretty cool machines, to say the least. I mean, you can have it flash colors. I mean, you could have it flash colors and everything. But I'm not sure if you could still do that now with the modern day Alienwares, but we'll do as it says and make sure that the update's installed correctly. And we'll find it in add or remove programs. And we can check show updates, and we can see all the hotfixes and everything. And we get its support information, but it doesn't give anything else. It also redirects us to the support article for the update, which they unfortunately no longer provide. So yeah, all the hotfixes did install correctly, along with update rollup 2 for XP Media Center. Success. Your system is going to be restarted, so all the updates can take effect. But yeah, that's really everything there is to discover on this thing. So now it's going to restart the system. And since that's pretty much everything, let's move on to the Optiplex 3020. Alright, so here we are on Hiron's boot CD with Windows 11. So here is the image that the Optiplex 3020 comes in. And we will hit restore image, and it should have found my virtual disk. Yes, it has. And even though this has 4 gigabytes of space, we're going to copy over both of these partitions, and this will leave 89 gigs of space, but we'll see if it works. So go ahead and proceed with the restore, and now we wait. that's done. So we'll see if this all works. So let's go ahead and exit macro reflect and restart. And it looks like it boots. And right away, it's already loading into startup repair. Well, there's no operating system, so... Oh, repair cannot be canceled. And we can try and close the X and we'll just get the same message. I guess it's gonna try to repair, but it isn't really gonna do anything considering there's no operating system on the disk. Yep, as I figured. So it looks like we're going to be in an automatic repair loop here because there's no factory restore thing or anything like that. So I guess it's a bust for this one. Here's the Dell XPS 9320. It looks like it's trying to boot into the Linux environment, which would have been nice if we were to take a look at it. But it seems like it's stuck in a boot loop. Either it keeps kernel panicking or it's in a boot loop. So it doesn't look like we're going to get anywhere. Or there might be some hardware restrictions on this disk of sorts. So unfortunately, we won't be able to take a look at this one. So another Alienware OEM of Windows XP Media Center Edition. Something tells me this is very similar to that other one. Same screens as before. We still have the Alienware branding. Sure, go ahead and turn on automatic updates. Skip the internet. No, I'm not exposing a 20-year-old OS. And finish. And now it says applying computer settings instead of starting up, so I think that's pretty much the only difference that I can see right now. And we're going to get that Royal Bliss theme. You're just going to install patches and everything. Pretty much the same patches as we've seen earlier. And here's the system properties. Service Pack 2 of XP Media Center 2005. And once again, we get the Alienware custom theme by default. And then we have the Plus themes. And of course, we also get the Plus sounds. Yeah, the critical stop. Let's try it. Critical critical. Critical. Well, that was my best attempt at pronouncing critical, or trying to at least spell critical. Well, here's Adobe Reader 7 we didn't get to look at previously, but yep, as with the other one. We didn't open up the Windows Dancer on the other one. Ooh, that sounds terrible. So I guess we'll just end this one with the howl of a wolf from the nature theme, which is that's the shutdown sound of the nature theme on the Plus pack for XP. And speaking of XP, that actually really takes care of that, but we aren't done just yet, as I have a few more machines I want to take a look at. So we're going to go ahead and move on now to the next Alienware machine. Kind of fitting because this was recorded on Halloween 2024. Now that I mentioned the wolf thing, I actually, when I was a kid, used to be scared of the Wolf Films logo. The little logo with the wolf at the end, with the wolf following in the background. To me, I kind of get scared of it at night. And although I haven't seen it in a very long time, they've actually finally updated their logo after all those years. When seeing the original logo at night, it kind of gives me like a spooky feeling. But then again, I'm kind of mentioning Halloween stuff considering that we're taping this episode on Halloween and that it's going to be way past it by the time this thing is released. So anyway, this Alienware M7700 is just going to be a standard retail install, but it said XP Home, but this says XP Pro. Well, we'll have to see what edition it actually installs when this is done. I figured this was going to be one of those XP things that is going to ask for a key. I'm not even going to continue with this, considering that everything on this is going to be pretty much just like a standard retail copy, maybe with that same Alienware branding we saw in that other install. So that's a bust. So now I've got one more Alienware to take a look at. And so that last Alienware is the M14XR2. And I believe this was when Dell bought the Alienware brand and began using it in their gaming line of computers, which I think was a first for this company to be exact. You know, there are other gaming companies out there that do gaming computers like MSI and yeah, I think MSI is the only other one I can name right off the top of my head. So we will be seeing Dell's factory restore program. We do, but it's coming up under a different name. They're calling it Alien Respawn. Interesting. So here's the factory image from 2013. Is this going to come with Windows 7? As it looks like this might come with Windows 8. Well, we're going to find out when this is done. Well, I figured it was going to fail, and I don't even think Startup Repair is even going to do anything, really. So yeah, that's really going to be it for this edition then. So, in our next episode, it will be the conclusion, the exciting conclusion to the Dell mini-series, and a look into our next mini-series yet to come. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.